Hello, and welcome back to First Looks on Tuesdays. I'm your host, Aadil, and this week we're taking a look at the life and suffering of Sir Brante. Oh, we still there? That was weird, sorry. The life and suffering of Sir Brante. It is, narrative RPG. It's a choice-driven narrative hardcore RPG set in a gritty world ruled by real but unrelenting gods, set out on a challenging lifetime journey where every choice has a price and entails consequences. Will you become an inquisitor, a judge, or conspire against the order? Dare to decide. Thanks Supernova for the resubscription. 13 months. Right. I don't know why it's still loading. Oh, I do now. It's one of those classy games that will not load in the background, apparently. Quick Alt-Tab solved that problem. Okay. So yeah, it's the hook on this is the choices really do matter, and they're the bulk of the game, and apparently there's multiple endings, etc. You know, the huge. Thanks again to the publisher who provided the key. Yeah, okay. Weird. Alrighty. So let's, without further ado, celebrate our first look of 2022. A little later in the year than we usual, but what can you do? Right. So I think we'll keep the subtitles on, and the key here is... Alright, well, we'll be Sir Dale Brante. Right. So character restarts. So you'll be able to rewind to the beginning of any chapter and continue from that point. You'll not be able to go back to your previous chapters and change your decisions. You will live the character's life from start to finish and endure all mistakes and misfortunes. I think in the spirit of this game... Do you still not hear sound? Let me know. Oh, I know why. Bloody. This should fix it, I think. Ah, the joys of changing your setup. Should be coming through now. Nope. It's also annoyingly one of those incredibly quiet. Okay, well, that I can fix. Sort of. It's one of those annoying, actually, let's, when you lose focus on the game, it stops being, I mean, it's just sound like music right now, but it's, sorry. When you lose focus, it loses the, it just cuts the sound, like when you alt-tab away, which means I can't actually see how much is, you know, how loud it's getting. Just turn this up. Oh, no, that's me. Turn me down. Well, that's odd. Sorry, I've just noticed that, I don't have a volume. Oh, joy. Try this. How's this? I'm very quiet now. How about now? Well, this is good. At least it's just you, Ben, I think. Musikai, me too quiet. Joy. Desktop audio. I wish I could see what's going on. I'm too quiet. How about now? No, I guess now. Now is the... I thought I did. I thought I did put myself at where I was before. Maybe it didn't. Maybe it's there. Well, I love the lag. It really helps these troubleshooting things. Okay. For some reason, OBS just decided to not have a desktop audio slider. Just disabled desktop audio, and that's why things were all little wonkles. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, okay. Okay, so, life and suffering of Sir Brante in times of the fall of the blessed Arknean Empire. Right, so as I was saying, I think in the spirit of the game, we're going to try not being able to go back in time. Also, you know, it's a first look stream, so it's not like we're going to reset that much, I doubt. So we're just going to have to agonize over our decisions, because they'll be the only ones we have. We will be Dale. Consequences. Aha. So this is the real question. You will see the consequences of your possible choices in advance. This is a recommended game mode, as you'll be able to direct your character's fate in the way you want. You can change it at any time. You'll not see the consequences. So what do we think, Twitch chat? Definitely Iron Man, but what about hidden or open consequences? They say they recommend open consequences. I don't know why. Maybe I'm just a glutton for punishment, but I kind of like the idea of just stumbling through. Open for you? Cool. Also, we might not be able to get through a run, so I guess we wouldn't necessarily see the differences. So let's do disabled, Iron Man, and then open as developer intended. You hold the fate of a single man in your hands. You'll follow his life from birth to death. Your choices will define who Sir Brante will grow up to be. You'll decide his personality, social status, and what mark he'll leave on history. With every step he takes at your behest, Sir Brante's character will change and evolve. Your decisions will close some doors for him, but open many others. Also, with the open side, I've realized, you get a better sense of just the depth of what the engine is doing, what the design is, just because you'll see, presumably it'll hint at what's going on. Well, with hidden, you just kind of, who knows, it could just be a railroaded visual novel. You wouldn't know until you played again. The world of Sir Brante's birth is a ruthless realm where people are divided into estates. It is hard to be a hero here. Be ready to accept that Sir Brante cannot overcome every challenge in his path. Every hard choice will test his character. Ah, there's a moth in my room. There was a moth in my room. Sorry. Every hard choice will test his character and personal qualities. Often you will not be able to make the choice you would like to. It may happen because you chose a different road earlier, exhausted your hero's willpower, or haven't earned the right position in society. Every victory will be a struggle, a path paved with bitter losses and gut-wrenching failures. Accept the tragedy. This is how you will create a gripping and unique tale for your hero. What will become of your Sir Brante, his loved ones, and his world? It all depends on you.
The story of my life remains written on these pages. But my fate has always been my own. Every deed, every choice, every person I met made me what I am. Could I have taken a different path? Could I have found a different calling? Altered the very course of history? And what price would I have to pay?
Voice acting's okay. I really like the art style as well. The sort of almost what do they call that? Ink. India ink on paper almost. At the end of time, your fingers are stained with ink, your breathing grows ragged, and your hands are shaking, yet the words begin appearing on the page before you one by one, clinging together to form a chronicle of your own life. Who are you? How do you reach this end? I'm writing my own diary. You're born, raised, and lived your entire life in the blessed Arknean Empire. I I really want to say Arcanian, like I want an A to be right there, and I don't know why. In this land, a man's destiny is predetermined at the moment of his birth. Whether human or Arcanian, nobleman, priest, or low-born commoner, all bend to the divine will of the twin gods. And each life is not but a single cog in the universe's immeasurable machine. The memories come flooding back. They engulf you as a merciless wave, binding together days that are thrice dead and gone. The dreams of your childhood, your adolescence, your youth spent in the capital, years of peace teeming with life and a war drenched in blood. High ranks and lowly deeds, opulent palaces, secretive city backstreets, fields of battle and faces. So many faces of the people you hold dear, the people who walk this road by your side. Such was your life, now all exposed by ink erupting onto the page. With your every step you sought to change the world as you saw fit. The choices of your upbringing, the path you carved in your youth, the fruits of your struggle, the consequences of your sacrifice, all of it led you here, to the end of your time. And every choice had a price. Now, years and years later, the crossroads of your life echo in your memory, the pain and joy inextricably intermingled. Could you have taken a different path? Chosen a different calling? Found a different place in the world? You had the power to alter the very course of history. Now, on the verge of death, you struggle with doubt, seeking answers to the last and most crucial question of all. Your life. Of all the paths in life, why did you walk this one? Did you choose your own fate, or was it your life, shaped by forces beyond your control? What determines a man's destiny? First choice. What determines a man's destiny? The man himself. Your life has always been yours to live. You made your own destiny. The world around him. Your path was charted for you by the people, the age, and the society in which you lived. A higher power. Forged by a power greater than your own. There is no destiny. Human life is an exercise in chance. It's not governed by any laws. Well, so now the real question is, ego? Environment? Fate? Fuck it. I mean, this is me in the real world. I just never buy into this. I know it's a game and I shouldn't necessarily pick what I care about, but I don't know. I'm leaning towards the world around him and there is no destiny. Play as me? Yeah, okay. So I don't agree there's no destiny, but the world around him also implies there is no destiny. Yeah, that's fair. Supernova, play as me rather than what I think the character should do. It was more of, do I want to play to my beliefs or do I want to play to a different set of beliefs, but be consistent with those? I'm going to pick the world around him because although I believe there is no destiny, this essentially is saying kind of that, like, what there is, at least the way I'm interpreting this is like, I guess this is implying there is a path, and this implying they're not a path, but I think we're kind of stuck in our, I'm willing to say society, just to see what that means. Your final hours in this world are upon you. You close your eyes. In your mind's eye, you see them once more, the faces of your family, your friends, your foes, your underlings, your rulers. One after another, you recall the events that changed you forever. And in that moment, you know the truth. You are part of this world. You are its flesh and blood. Your family, your hometown, your empire, they all made you what you are. Your destiny was the sum total of your upbringing, your social status, other people's choices, and the age in which you lived. One second. Yeah, so I can't. I was just curious if I could just go back and be like, maybe no destiny. But I picked Iron Man. I just wanted to see if the mechanic did that. Alright. This is clearly the choice we made. But are you right about this? Is it all true? To learn the truth, you'll have to return to the very beginning, remembering every step you took along the way. Up in these pages, the story of a man named Sir Brante will live once more. Aha! Interesting. So we get the idea that there's different chapters, I presume. So there is definitely a war in our adulthood, no matter what we choose, presumably. But I wonder if, like, you choose pacifism or some other thing that you wouldn't necessarily be Swordman. Like how flexible and how branching things are from the beginning. I'm guessing that's me. Some of these dissolve effects really don't make me think this is being written like that last dissolve effect where it felt like the page was melting forward or whatever. I don't know. Anyway, childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. You are but a small child learning about the world in which you were born. To you, everything is so new, so baffling, and so forgiving. A long, trying life stretches before you. So many feats and faults, so many fateful choices to come. Yet you are already sowing the seeds of your future self. You're learning to live and survive in this world, looking for a place within it to call your own, choosing your future destiny. Who will you grow up to be? That is a very good question. Just remembered something. Second. Aha! Never mind. Who will I grow up to be? Aha! Prologue. Growing up. In chapters childhood, youth, adolescence, and youth, you will live through your hero's coming of age. You will shape the protagonist's personality, his qualities, and relationships. By the end of Prologue, you will determine the estate and future occupation of your hero. Only in adulthood will he start to influence the world, and even the ultimate fate of the Empire. Who will Sir Brante grow up to be? It's your call. Aha. So this is the, juicy bits. This is, extended character creation. You know, like in Skyrim or something, you'd be like, Hi Dex. I don't even know if Skyrim does that. Anyway, in D&D type games, you just pick your stat layout. This is what if stat layout was part of the game? I like it. Also, I'm assuming the writing is just as good. Childhood, where life begins. First words, first unsteady steps. Oh, we've read this. Then this. Aha. Events of the person's life that kind of happen in this chapter. Oh, cool. Okay. I can study fencing to get determination and train with father. Well, that's interesting. Suffer my first death. Insight? Like the idea that challenge the sacred order to attempt to seize a noble lot. Sir. Your personal qualities as sage will determine which choices you make. So I'm confused. So these are things that could happen. Is this now me statting? So it's not actually... Affects my frame of mind? Perception... I mean... Wait, can I... Nope. This is just telling me the levels, I guess? Sorry, it just is a little unintuitive because, here it was grayed out. These are things that could happen. Here, it's not, but I also can't do anything. Very odd. Obviously, for me, I want to be high perception, reasonable, determination. I'd say I'd aim for resolute rather than adamant, but insightful. Not exhausted. Prepared for anything. After suffering a lesser death, one is reborn. One who dies a true death faces the judgment of the twin gods. I can die 4 times. I wonder why you would want to die early. Curious. Okay. Aha, Destiny screen is now available. Personality screen is now available. House of Brante screen is now available. Family screen is now available. This is a little clunky, I have to say. Okay, so this is the same thing we saw. I apparently already have a willpower. Oh no, it's because that's 0, because it can go down. I see. So these are 10s, right? 10, 20, 30, okay. Okay. Wow, okay, so there's a lot going on here. I'm a lowborn, growing up baby who has no willpower. But the House of Brante, honor in your family and position in high society, is tarnished already. And we... Oh, wait, no. You know, we're tarnished honor, and we are of moderate means, and it is peacetime. And Stefan is my brother who is indifferent. Sorry, I'm just a little confused what these... Sorry. The red and white, like, there and there, those two icons are. But we'll find out. Family. Ah, this is what I wanted to know. Okay, so Gregor is the head of the family. He is mildly indifferent to me. He's a senior judge. And he wants to see the family ennobled by the sword. Then there's my dad. He's also a judge. But then he has an ex-wife who's an ex because she died. She was a noble woman, proud of her noble origins, had the heir to the family. And now, unfortunately, my dad jeopardized the family's nobility by going to my mom. She is devoted to her faith and obsessed that her children observe their lots. Lots being, I think, basically like your... what the society has dictated your role is what I gather from my mild reading about this game. Illegitimate daughter. She's precarious. Robert didn't take her in, but obviously she still lives with us. Reckless, head in the clouds. And me. Nothing. Okay. What's the family tree? And that's all we have. Okay, so how do I... Year is 1118. Back to screen, sorry. Okay, and the last thing, begin chapter. At first there was nothing. No time, no sensation. Nothing but darkness and void. Then a will breathed life into nothingness. Matter and spirit were set in motion. History began its march. It was your turn to enter this world. Let me know if the sound effects are, to me, in my head, set they're just as loud as me, but I don't know if that's coming through on the mix. So let me know. First memory, you're lying on your back, blinded by a bright white light. You are not alone. Above you tower the colossal figures of those who created you. You are part of them, and they are part of you. Thanks. Between you and them is an inexplicable connection, a strong, unbreakable link. They will always watch over you and guard you and protect you. It hurts to breathe. You let out the pain in the form of a desperate scream. Your creators extend their hands to you. There are two of them. The ones who made your form from their own selves and brought you into this world. They united, and as they lean closer, you begin to see how different they are. You can already feel the differences within you, struggling against each other. Some heavy birth and shit. The first figure is soft and empathetic, wise and merciful. That's not your dad. The love that emanates from it wraps you head to toe like an invisible blanket. The warmth from it is never ending. Second figure is strong and powerful, commanding and noble. It was harsh but fair, a beacon of guidance, a force of protection, and merciless punishment for every misdeed. And yet there's a third figure. It's also a shadow, barely seen behind them, yet already pulsing with an unbreakable will to live. It is the very will to live that is now growing even stronger within you. A soft open palm, a strong closed fist, a lingering distant shadow. You struggle to loosen the swaddling clothes wrapped around you and extend a tiny hand into the world. Ah, interesting. Do we reach out to Mum and get perception? Reach out to Dad and get determination? Or smile at the shadow and get willpower? Ooh, Trixie. So this is the thing. If we didn't have the options... Alright, so I think what I'm going to try and do is think of what I would do and then look at the stats. And if that influences me, that's fine. But I'm kind of curious what my my gut says smile at the shadow. Your first smile appears on your face, awkward yet genuine. Your mother and father exchange looks and start talking. You know no words yet, so all you hear is a sequence of booming sounds. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. That is not how to say that sentence. But the stranger behind them has no need for words. The stranger's look is all it takes for you to feel the will to live and act that now burns within you. Shadow brings a finger to its lips as if to say, There, there, baby, don't cry. This is our secret now. And then the shadow melts into the light. So I assume the shadow was our, sister? But maybe it was Gramps? I don't think Gramps would show up. He doesn't like Mom, right? Curious. Anyway, we got the tens of the willpower. We are full of the powers. Yeah, those resolves, I don't know why. I think because it's supposed to be a book, and it feels like these pages are melting. Kind of like that. It kind of throws me off. I like these transitions. But I don't know. I'm probably being picky. I'm now a year old. As the days go by, you learn to tell your parents apart. You recognize your father by his heavy breath and strong, cold hands. He visits you rarely. Hello there, little Dale. Mother's tender voice, however, follows you day and night. My, you're growing so quickly, my child. There are 2 more children in the family, named Stefan and Gloria. Stefan sings songs to you. She often dresses you in tight clothing, gently holds your hands as you learn to take your first steps. Stefan likes to sweep you up, pinch you, and toss you into the air. Oh, look, this is your brother and sister. Yeah, you're my little brother. We're gonna play together, but I'll always be in charge, because you were born a commoner. Be quiet, you. He doesn't understand yet. Come on, baby Dale, let's go play in the yard. Aren't I 1? Barely crawl. It is hot outside. You grip your brother's hand with one hand and your sister's with another as they help you walk down the giant stone stairs. Then you sit on the ground, start exploring the sparse blades of grass with your fingers. It tickles. In the sky far above and away from you is a gigantic pillar. A perfectly straight stick made of light. It is so bright it hurts to look at. Why are you staring at the shining pillar? It's not going anywhere, you know. What the hell is a shining pillar? Hey, I want to play hide and seek. He's just a little baby. How's he gonna play? Then you hide him, and I'll try to find both of you. Oh, this is totally where I'm gonna almost die if I make the right choice. You have no idea what they're talking about, but you support them with happy cooing. This is strange, but so exciting. Stefan and Gloria glance at each other, then your brother walks to a big tree, closes his eyes, and starts shouting something. Gloria takes your hand and walks you through the yard. So this is interesting, right? Start shouting something. Presumably he's counting. But, I clearly have words here. But not number. Your sister takes you behind some thick bushes by a tall wall. The light from that light stick on the horizon barely reaches here. You can't see home from this place. The ground is crawling with tiny black bugs. Gloria sits you down on the ground and puts a finger to her mouth for some reason. And then she's gone. Ah, finger to your mouth, see? See? You no longer hear Stefan's voice. Gloria's nowhere to be seen. You feel colder. The bugs are no fun to play with. You've been sitting here for a long time, completely alone. Nobody checks on you. Did they forget about you? Did they abandon you? Cry, find your way home, sit there and wait. Interesting. Alright, so what do we think? I like the idea of being resolute, and so find your way home seems like a good idea, but a bad idea, from the outside, because baby don't know where baby is. Sit there and wait is at least not... I mean, if I was a baby, I'd probably just cry. Hard to know what you would do at age 1. Yeah, honestly, at age 1, I'm just crying. But before I look at the stats, I'm trying to think, okay, so what would I want to do? You know? I think I'd lean towards not crying, but maybe that's just because that's what a baby would do. Finding your way home seems like you'd get lost. I'm going to say sit there and wait out of curiosity, but let's look at the stats. Willpower. More willpower for crying. I wouldn't have suspected that. Determination. Perception. Well, I did say I'm happy with taking my choices, sit there and wait. I'm surprised at the stat of getting willpower for crying. Getting willpower for crying, but let's sit there and wait. Calm baby, that's what we're being. Bushes covered with leaves swaying in the wind. You brush through them with your fingers. The twigs and branches are stiff and will not bend. They're different from the blades of grass. Down on the ground, you see a group of bugs carrying a little twig. You grab it from them. They're so funny. One of the bugs crawls on your fingers and bites it, just enough to sting a little. Ah, fuck. That's probably not good. I don't think we're in modern medicine times. You hear brisk steps, then the leaves and twigs rustling. Your mother leans over you. You greet her with a happy face and show her the finger with the bug on it. So that's where they took you. Mother picks you up, puts you to her chest, pats you on the head. Your brother and sister stand behind you, clearly feeling guilty. Gloria's in tears. Stefan keeps staring at his feet. Yeah, fuck you, siblings. Jerks. You hug your mother tightly. She is here now. Perception, inattentive. Oh, I see. You start at... I'm still inattentive. But I'm about to get curious, hopefully. Yeah, I mean... Okay. Okay. I am too. I gotta say as well that, like, I like that it started in year 11, 18 in this fictional universe, so that you can't just do easy math for your age. It's a nice touch. It makes it like it's a random-ish year, but the math isn't that terrible. Another memory. You're a little child still, but you can already talk and run around on your own. Today is out of the ordinary. Father is busy around the house giving orders to the servants. Throughout the day, the kitchen has been abuzz with work, and there are solemn, gloomy preparations and candles being lit. Even your older brother Stefan is quiet today. Mother takes your hand and brings you to your sister Gloria. My son, today is a great descent. We honor the day when the twin gods descended to us. We must spend this day in reverence to the gods. You're too young to understand, so just do everything your sister says for now. Laura takes you to the playroom. There are no toys there, no chairs. Even the carpet has been taken away. There's nothing but a bare wooden floor. Today we're not allowed to go to any other rooms, and we'll be eating nothing but gruel and stale bread. On the day of the great descent, everyone must be where they belong. It's quiet, usually so. Muffled voices from beyond the door are all you can hear. You're sitting on the cold floor, confused, with no idea what to do. Then you hear your sister's voice. Only a lonely sound in the empty room. It's a little song that mother taught her. You hold your breath as you listen to it. I'm not going to sing this. When the twins came down to earth, they brought lots for every birth. Let us count them, 1, 2, 3. The twins made them for you, me. Nobles rule and bravely fight. They protect us with their might. Priests work hard to understand, guide us by the twins' command. Common people work and toil, always patient, never spoil. Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. I guess reading it as a poem really does make the slant rhymes not work so well. Live your lot where you were born, to the day when you pass on. Know your lot and know the prayer, from the twins see everywhere. Now we'll get a sense of what the accent might be in Arcania, if it is supposed to rhyme. You're transfixed by the tune. Gloria notices your gaze as a smile creeps across her face. You like the rhyme, don't you, Dale? Do you know what it's all about? I mean, yeah, it's like some Ender's Game shit, right? Look, there are 3 lots. They were brought to us by the twins when they descended to us from the shining pillar. Remember that pillar of light on the horizon? That's it. You can see the shining pillar anytime from anywhere in the world. Anytime. Nighttime sucks. Giant nightlight in this world? Oof. If you follow your lots as you live, you'll reach the peak of the pillar. If you don't, you'll get eternal torment at the foot. So, there's a light pillar that is the afterlife. Interesting. You and I are lowborn. Mom is a commoner too, so the lot for you and me is to suffer and be patient and work hard. Understand? The priests and the nobles have other lots. The nobles fight and rule over everybody. The priests, well, I'm not sure what they do, but I guess they talk to the twins and then teach everybody. Gloria stares at you intently. Did you get it, silly? Then she shakes her head and keeps singing the song over and over again. Her voice transfixes you, drawing you in. The room starts to glow like the sky. From this light emerge two figures you've known ever since the moment of your birth. One of them embraces your sister's shoulder, the other stands guard behind her back. You watch this happening before your very eyes, unable to turn away. Gloria is swaying to the song, unaware of what is happening. She sings the final verses once more. Know your lot and know the prayer. You feel compelled by this divine sight to express yourself somehow. You feel words condensing within you from within the light. But what will these words be? Interesting. So what was she singing? So I'm seeing a vision. Know your lot, know your prayer. Something, something everywhere, right? For the twins see everywhere. Huh, interesting. I mean, I hate fatalism bullshit. Although I think I picked the fatalism bullshit path more than I should have. But that's fine. It gives a nice spice to the run, so to speak. Finish the song properly, sing the last line wrong. I am tempted by singing the last line wrong. But I think, like, this is the thing, is like, as a 2-year-old, would I have get a perception nor a determination. You shout words of your own instead of the last line. I think I'm gonna finish the song properly, not just because I get the perception, which is what the stat I wanted, but also like, so it's not the stats, it's the fact that you shout words of your own. I think as a 2-year-old, if anything, I would just say gibberish. I wouldn't shout. Like, this is like defiance, right? And if I think I would just like, oh wow, I just heard this rhyme. Now there are weird ghostly figures. I will finish this rhyme. Maybe that makes me a fatalistic pansy, who knows. Know your lot, know the prayer, for the twins see everywhere. You sing the last line together with Gloria. Your sister looks up to you in surprise and gives you a nod. The shiny pair stand behind her back, turn to look at you. You feel their gaze piercing you from top to bottom. When the moment passes, they melt into the dim light coming from the window. Gloria turns her head to look at where you were staring. Did you see something, Dale? You shake your head. Not anymore. Aha! I'm curious. I'm digging this so far. So far, the choices seem reasonable, even like narratively as well as stats. Yeah, I'm liking this. Okay, so I am 3 now. Starting to understand more and more of what the adults say. Your family's an unusual one. Your father's noble, but not by birth. His is a title earned through service. But your mother's, a low-born woman, a commoner. Because of this, you were born a commoner, but your father says you may yet become onto nobility. You learned to read in an early age, together with Munner and Monner. Cool. Together with Mother, you read and learn by heart many poems about the divine twins, the twin gods who reside above in Channing. Pillars, Mother calls these poems prayers. Again and again, you try to discern the shape of the gods in the strip of holy light that shines in the sky all day and night, but the light is too blinding to gaze upon. The greatest joy of all is when the stairs are no longer an insurmountable obstacle. Now you can climb and even jump from step to step. Father urges you to be more careful and avoid climbing too high. But even though you keep falling, you never stop being curious about the world around you. Perception 2. Your older brother, Stefan, now spends less and less time playing with Gloria and you. Playing with commoners is beneath noblemen to be, he says. So Gloria calls him names, and Stefan pulls her pigtails. One fine evening, Father gathers you all in the sitting room with an announcement. You will have another little brother or sister soon. Gloria asks him to bring home a little sister. Another brother would be too much. Stefan gets frustrated. There are too many little siblings in his way already. Soon you'll be an older brother too, and it doesn't really matter who the youngest will be, a boy or a girl. You will love them the most. When Father comes back from his trips, he reads his adult books aloud for you. You find those stories of wars, generals, and rebellions quite enchanting. Father approves of this fascination. Study hard and maybe one day you'll become a noble of the mantle and earn your sword. First, you need to grow up. Growing up, the concept is as terrifying as it is alluring. I'm a youth. Youth? Ooh, ow. A lot of suffering. You keep staring at the carpet under your feet. You're both ashamed and proud, and it feels odd. A scratch in your hand stings a little. Stefan is standing next to you, sniffling from pain. Your brother was training in the yard with a wooden sword. You wanted to play with him, but he ended up getting angry and throwing the sword at you. A stick hit you in the shoulder. You picked it up and hit him with it. You see Mother's shoes walking to and fro on the carpet. You don't want to look up. You would rather not see her angry. She's not as gentle to you these days. Why did you hurt Stefan, Dale? You stammer an exclamation. He hit you first. You just hit him back. How dare you pester me like that? When I grow up, I'm going to hit you with a real sword. Mother shushes you both and speaks to you again. Her voice is stern, and you can still feel her concern for you. Even if Stefan hits you, you cannot hit him back. You are my son, and I was born a commoner. Our lot is to suffer. But your brother's born from a noble father and a noble mother. His sacrament is coming soon, and then he'll rule over the likes of us. If you hurt a noble, you must be punished. That is your lot. The sooner you learn it, the better off our entire family will be. Now Stefan looks at you in triumph. You look at Mother in fear, not sure what to do now. Oh, the rebellious bastard in me is like, fuck this already. Accept your punishment. It's got a lock on it. Deny your guilt. Demand an explanation. So accept your punishment unlocks something. So I feel like the explanation is it's your lot. So I like deny your guilt. That's like my gut, right? But I'm curious. So demand an explanation. It gets you perception, but like why things are like this. I guess, I mean, surely she's just gonna say fate, but maybe I'm preempting the story. Like, I'm a 3-year-old or whatever. Oh, yeah, I'm only 3? I have to confess, I think, like, the ages and activities don't quite make sense sometimes. You continue to insist you're not guilty and will not be punished no matter what. I like that. Lose willpower. What? You accept your guilt and tell Mother you're ready to be punished. Unlocks the penitent one. Yeah. Lose half my willpower, which is fine, I guess. Oh, I see. I wouldn't... Right, so that's saying I wouldn't normally be able to accept my punishment if I didn't have willpower to spend. I don't want to spend my willpower on being beat up. I'm 3. Like, no. So if I was trying to min-max, I would go for this, but my gut was saying deny your guilt, and I actually think that's fine. I think, even though I picked a destiny of my lot as the storyline thing, I'm going to push back against it. That's going to be the flavor of this, I think. So, yeah, I'm going to deny my guilt, mostly because I feel like, I might be wrong, but I'm sure my mom's just going to be like, that's the way it is. So fuck it. Let's do this. You break out of your mother's arm and start screaming. You're innocent, you cry, and if he hits you, hit him back. All fear and shame are gone. You stand up straight and stare defiantly into Mother's eyes. Her expression grows bitter. She catches you by the collar of your shirt and drags you downstairs. I'm doing this for your own good. Do not define me, Dale. You're a born a commoner, my son. Power and will is not your lot. This is Stefan's lot. He'll become a noble soon. Life for you and me is humility and suffering. You have to accept it. You're flogged in front of your entire family. The pain burns on your skin again and again. You clench your teeth and hold back the tears. This is the only way you can prove that your brother's equal. It's the only way you can prove that one day you'll have the right to rule and fight. I like that. Like, you clench your teeth. You're proving yourself. You are spineless. It's like, it's such an odd, like, obviously this is just a level name, but it's just like, am I spineless? This seems pretty spineful. Look at me. I'm a 3-year-old purposely getting beat up. Oh no. Is this gonna be like a kink later? Mother mostly stays in her chambers now. With each passing day, she grows heavier and her features get rounder. It gets difficult for her to walk, but she still smiles all the time. One day, she takes your hands and puts them on her big belly. You feel a movement deep inside her. You will have another brother or sister soon. Gloria takes you on walks to the yard now. You explore the yard together under the evening light of the pillar. She sings you songs and tells you amazing stories. Hey Dale, do you want to hear a rhyme? I wrote it myself, but there's even a bit about you. But don't tell anyone, okay? Writing poems and songs is only for nobles. If Mommy hears about it, I'll get flogged. Remember how you get flogged for hitting Stefan? I don't know why Gloria speaks so fast, but she apparently does. Our judge is my second father. In the past I had another. Mother says the twins are great, says we should not fight our fate. Brothers love to jump around. Please don't fall down on the ground. See, I wrote a little rhyme. Please don't tell them it is mine. But today your sister is nowhere to be seen. She promised to take you to the old pond and show you the red frogs that live there. Then she vanished. The servants join you in your search. Even Mother leaves her chambers when she hears a commotion. Finally, you find Gloria in the far corner of the garden. She's holding a quill and sheets of paper covered in poetry. Mother becomes angry the moment she sees it. She looks through the poetry and her face goes dark with rage. Gloria is standing before her, wringing her hands, looking for an opportunity to run, but there seems to be no escape. What is this nonsense, Gloria? We've talked to you about this. You were told to take care of your little brother. You're absolutely not allowed to entertain yourself with this writing. I can decide that for myself, Mom. No, you cannot. It's already been decided by the gods. And he's not a little brother anymore. He doesn't need a nanny. I'm fucking 3. And I need some time alone to think for myself. I'm not hurting anyone. You're a commoner and a future wife. It's time you learned how to properly take care of children. Had your disgraceful former father kept me in his house, you could have been born a noble, but that is not our fate. You are absolutely forbidden from ever spoiling paper and wasting ink again. Oh, spoiling paper and wasting ink. Poor Gloria. Mother grabs Gloria firmly by the hand and takes you into the house. The scribbled sheets fly into the fireplace. Gloria sobs violently. You're a bystander to the scene, unsure of how to act. Again, we are 3, but I'm guessing that matters less too. Okay. I'm not just gonna walk off. I think comfort. But let's see. So yeah, comfort's, I'm guessing, is what I'm gonna go for. I'm not allowed complaining because I'm not too strong and determined, which is fine because I wouldn't want to. I could get my perception up. Aha, it's cause when nobody can hear you, you often write poems. Gloria, you complain to Mother about how Gloria often leaves you alone. Comfort Gloria and say Mother's wrong. I like that one. But it does burn my willpower. Retreat your room without saying a word. I mean, I don't know. Willpower seems to be the main, like, stat that can go up or down. So I think the more you use it, the more awkward things will get. So it's like, do I stat up and not burn willpower? Even though that's not what my gut would say. I think I do. Maybe this is the gamer in me being like, I don't want to waste willpower, but I mean, I do get a grateful Gloria versus more perception. Ah, fuck it. I said to comfort my sister. We'll see. We'll see later. Well, this will help me actually figure out how much willpower is important if I make it harder to use it later. Mother leaves. The last of your sister's poetry burns away in the fireplace. You walk up to your crying sister and take her by the hand. Well, this is her fault, you say. What Mother did was wrong and far too harsh. She sniffles before speaking. But I did leave you all alone. You're not mad at me, really? No, I'm like the most easygoing, chill, slightly precocious 3-year-old. You nod in reassurance. She embraces you. Dale, you're the best little brother in the world. Ooh, sympathy. Wait, hold on. Two of you make a little deal. She promised to tell you when she wants to be alone, and you promise to protect her and her secrets always. Aha, she remembers what I did. Wait, how come? Ah, there we go. Sympathy. Okay, this doesn't say anything. Okay, well. No! Spend it on difficult choices. Oh, I see. Yeah. Yeah, I was right. So this is definitely the, like, currency of the game. Oh, whatever. I like Gloria. She's also getting screwed by the society. I'm a kid! I was just thinking, like, as a 3-year-old, I wouldn't have pushed back. That makes sense, but I don't know. Overthinking things? Me? Yeah. Mother's in her armchair, knitting woolen jackets, pants, and socks for the little one. The baby will need to be kept warm, she says. Father spends less time at home now. Mother says he's very busy with his important job. He is a judge, after all. One day you decide to ask Mother about Stefan and Gloria. How come they're brother-sister, but not siblings to each other? Well, my dear, I didn't give birth to Stefan, you see. He's the son of another mother. A brother from another mother. Gloria's the daughter of another father. Come now, don't knit your brow like that. You'll understand when you're older. How's that even possible? You're all family, aren't you? Several days later, Mother calls Stefan and Gloria to the sitting room. You sneak in after them. At first, Mother gets angry and asks you to leave, but then she relents. You're told to sit still, be quiet, and remember every word you hear. When you enter the temple, bow to the twins. First to the elder on the right, then to the younger on the left. Stefan, you're a nobleman to be, so walk along the side paved with marble where the benches are. Gloria, you walk along the sharp side. When you're there, you must get down on your knees, each on your own side. Stefan is the sword. Gloria, my daughter, they will strike you with the lash. Don't be afraid. Resign yourself to the suffering it brings. It is the blessing of your lot. Fuck, church is brutal. Gloria doesn't like the idea of the lash. There's a tense feeling in your chest as well. You were told to remember this. Will the lash strike you too one day? On the next day, they take your brother and sister to the temple. You run towards them when they finally come back. The back of Gloria's dress is soaked with blood. She hunched a bit, sobbing quietly. Stefan is putting on airs, acting prouder than ever. God, he's a dick, isn't he? Nothing else looks different about them. It's like all is the same, and yet everything's changed. Each of them has accepted their lot. Oh, so the lash is like, yep, I'm fucked. Would it be interesting to hear about the writer dev's experience with religion? Definitely. This has, like, strong Catholic vibes in a certain way, but maybe others that I'm just not as familiar with from lack of exposure. He is indifferent to me. Wait, what? We are in disagreements. Oh, because I was being a dick earlier, I guess? I mean, standing up for myself? Your siblings took their first sacrament, yeah. Sacrament, yeah, there's a lot of Catholic imagery, I think. You eye the little bundle in your father's arms with curiosity. Behind the many layers of swaddling cloths is your newborn baby brother. Mother is glowing and smiling with joy. Stefan and Gloria are also here, all excited. You promise yourself you're going to be the best big brother in the world. You'll never hit him, oh no. The two of you will play together, and tease Stefan together, and help Mother together, and go on so many adventures together. It feels so strange to be an older brother. Just the other day, you were the youngest in the family. Now everything is different. Parents name your little brother Nathan, and Mother spends day and night by his side. Nathan cries all the time, day and night. Mother barely gets any sleep. She's so worn out, she starts forgetting things. Like today, for instance, she forgot her knitting in the armchair in the sitting room. You better bring back to her as soon as possible. You run to Mother's room. You miss her smile so much. You walk in without saying hello and give her the knitting, but instead of gratitude, you get an ice-cold, exhausted stare. Nathan is also there, screaming all the time. Go away, Dale. You're bothering me. She spits these words out through her teeth. You look at the bawling newborn. She can't even get a minute of respite. Enough already. When are you going to stop? I just want some peace and quiet. Oh, God. Mother leaps across the room and starts shaking Nathan with malice in her eyes. His cries get even louder. She looks so tired from his never-ending screams. She seems to be within an inch of smashing him against the wall. Something, he has to do something. You are scared of your mother right now, but you fear for Nathan's life much more. Call Father. Redirect your anger to yourself. Snatch Nathan. Hug her. Well, we can't solve things with love. Love is locked away. I mean, Father's so indifferent. We love our mom. I'm not gonna do the second one. It's never going to appeal to me. It did get very dark, Lucy. Yep. Very dark, very quickly. Shaken Baby. I mean, I feel like I have to... I'm assuming Snatch Nathan from Mother is like a willpower thing, and so we'll be at 0 willpower for the future. But I don't think I'd go to my dad, necessarily, right? I mean, he's so vacant, and, like, I'm a lowborn or whatever. Let's see what it is. Yeah, burn willpower, get a... How would Nathan possibly know? Unity +1. But it's... But I can't do it. Why can't I do it? Oh, because Mom doesn't like me because I was Wow, wait. So, if you recall, a couple chapters ago or whatever, or years ago, I didn't back down about fighting with my brother. Didn't make my mom grateful. Means I can't hug her now. That's a really tight choice loop. They weren't kidding about, like, sorry. I mean, it's one of these two. Redirect your anger to yourself. Oh, I misread that. So I was not understanding that. That's like, get her to beat you up instead of the kid. I still don't think I would do it. I think it's between these two. Do I use up all my willpower to save the baby, or do I go to my dad? Let's go to Dad. You know, even with the lowborn, highborn stuff, like, you're a kid. You're scared. If Dad's there, if Mom's doing something crazy, although it's time. Immediacy versus time, I think. I'm 4? Yeah, let's just do that. Run away from Father's study. He runs back. He barges into Mother's chambers, embraces her and baby with all his might and love. She screams at him first, crying how she's tired of everyone. He whispers something in response and takes Nathan from her and says she should lie down. Then suddenly Nathan stops crying. Mother looks around and sees you standing next to Father. My son, please forgive me. I'm so sorry you had to see this. Thank you for going for your father for help. The twins know I didn't want to hurt anyone. Mother's face is covered in tears. Everything will be alright now, Father tells her. You can go. You leave in quiet joy as Mother calms down and Nathan falls asleep. Father won't let anything bad happen. The landmarks happening after we've just gone through them is a bit awkward. Like, Nathan was born and Mom almost killed him, and now you're telling me he was born, you know? Alright, I'm 5. Wake up to Father's touch on your shoulder. He's finally back after a long trip. Let's do this year, and then we'll take a break, I think. I've run out of coffee, you see. Dale, today is your special day. It's a day when you begin your studies. Our teachers will be coming to our home to teach you, and you must do everything they say. Be diligent in your studies, and you'll grow closer to the nobleman's lot. And so since you must remember this day, a present is in order. Lydia, get our little schoolboy dressed. I'm taking him to the market district. And that's when you get your first wand at Wandman's. It would help if I... Dagnall Alley? I don't remember Harry Potter. Never mind. Stop judging me. Steven wants to come with you too, but Father shushes him sternly. This is your day. Your elder brother is hurt to hear this, but stays quiet. Aha! One up on Fancy Pants. An open carriage takes the two of you through the dusty, noisy streets, a pleasant wind tussling your hair. Your city is called Anizot. Your city is called Anizot. That you already know is one of the largest cities in the entire empire. There's a big shadow on the street. It comes from the white foliage of an enormous tree that spreads its branches all above the city. My son, did you know that the silver tree grew from the blood of our god's own disciples? It has been growing here for hundreds of years, right in our city. It cannot be damaged or burned. Not even the clergy know why. Chazza, and the frazzled mother. Nice. The carriage comes to a halt by a small shop next to the city square. You run there and freeze by the stalls and excitement. The shop is packed with dolls and figurines and toys. You've never even seen so many at once before. Have you chosen your present yet? Father asks. You have. You want the Holy Order set, which includes several figurines of the Empire's greatest warriors of all time. You rattle off everything you know about the Holy Order. They were the ones who aided the Emperor's own forces in seizing the province of Magra and storming our city. That's how we joined the Empire. Father nods in approval. I'm just gonna pause here. This is some excellent world building, right? Like, you've obviously learned about these things. That's like your light schooling, even though you haven't gone to school. But it's like, it's amazing. These are the cool guys. Where the Empire stormed the city and we joined the Empire. It's like, ah, yes. So this magic city with its magic tree wasn't always part of the Empire. So that lore about that blood and the disciples, unless the Empire. But this is me doing like a Holy Roman Empire thing, I guess, assuming the Empire and their religion are inextricably tied. But I like the tension in that paragraph. This is nice writing. Anyway. Very well. War isn't your lot for now, but maybe these toy soldiers will teach you to think like a general. We'll lead them into battle and study military strategy. Go ahead. Take your present. Having said this, Father turns away to examine the books. You run to the box of toy soldiers, delirious with excitement. But there's a fancy-dressed boy in your way. He's about to take your warriors for himself. He elbows you aside and reaches for the box. Anger overcomes you, and you push him from behind. Your opponent falls to the floor. The rich boy screams so loudly everybody in the shop hears it. He hit me! He hit me! A tall tower of a man looms over you. This is the boy's father. But then you feel your own father's hands on your shoulders. What happened? You press against father, your mind more at ease now. He'll protect you. Yes, you shoved the boy to the floor in front of everyone, but he tried to take your present for himself. Father turns you around to face him when he hears these words. Is this true, Dale? Did you strike the son of a nobleman? Tell him the truth, probably. I'm just the truth. Admit your guilt. Is that willpower? Ooh. You quietly say that it was an accident. This has been maxing, like, get more willpower? So here, tell him the truth isn't exactly tell him the truth, right? So this is what I mean about, I wish, and maybe it's just because I like the idea of, so like the one-liners aren't exactly like, tell him the truth sounds fine to me, but I don't want to be, tell him that you paid the impudent boy in kind. I don't want to be like that's not the move. Smash the patriarchy. And then I could burn willpower and make dad more proud of me, which is probably a good thing. Yeah, the stats do make it a different type of decision. I think I want to be a little more shrewd even at 5. And versus pig-headed, or I guess determined. So I don't think I'm going to pick that one. Oh, you can go in the negatives. Oh no, you'll get to 0. Right, so the reason I can admit my guilt. So basically, am I conditioned by society, or do I want to weasel my way out of it? Who am I to be? I was leaning towards this, but I kind of want to just steal willpower. Having dad on my side would be good. Nah, I'll deny my guilt. Fuck it. You hide behind your father, deny all wrongdoing. The boy was too clumsy. Now the two fathers come face to face. Your father's calm while the enraged nobleman pelts him with insults and reaches for a sword again and again. Oh, what have I done? And the insults don't stop. In the end, the nobleman challenges father to a duel. There's only one way to protect the family honor. Father grudgingly accepts the challenge. Remember, I was like, I'll just cheekily get willpower. I've got my dad into a fight. They bring him home much later with a fresh wound on his side and another in his shoulder. He spent the entire day by his bedside doing whatever he says, overcome with a mixture of shame, guilt, and gratitude. Even though father rarely shows it, he would readily risk everything for his family. When father's wounds heal, he brings you the belated present. A little box full of soldiers, the holy order made of tin. I am full of power! When you line the warriors up in battle formation, only one thought on your side. Your family, on your mind. Your family is always by your side. Yeah, so I think this will shape me to support my dad and bring willpower in the future. I'm probably being, yeah. But, like, I'm a kid. That's ultimately not only the willpower, but, you know, like... You didn't do anything wrong, Dad. Alright. What time is it? Alright. It's summertime, but let's take a quick break. Thanks again for tuning in. Again, check out outoflives.net for all kinds of stuff we do, and look, follow me on the things at the Omniarch. TheOmniarch. Have a good one. Ciao.
www.outoflives.net